Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau, Samantha Perry with you on a picture-perfect day here in Hollandale Beach. We hope to have you out here. You see the firm turf course, the fast main track, of course, the Tapeta as well. And as we build towards the weekend, the weather looks phenomenal. I know you're excited for Super Bowl Sunday. We've got a big weekend here as well. 12 of them on Saturday, 10 on Sunday to wrap it up well before game time. So we hope to see you out here. And good solid card today as well. That Rainbow Six already building quite up there.
Yeah, and we had 2 singles yesterday going into it.
Ooh.
So $153,000 was what it was going to pay
Wow.
out to those 2 singles. Yeah, it was but here we are today, $250,000 in the estimated pool. It just seems as we progress through the week, it just builds even more and more and more and more.
I love these estimated pools now. I think somebody hit it Friday, and now look at it. You see it now, already $250,000, and they're going to fire hard on this. A good solid card today as well. That early pick 5 kicks off here in about 53 minutes, and that pool's already about $30,000. We'll take a look at my ticket now, and it's good to be back here. And after
Little R&R.
a little R&R, that is for sure. Not that I wasn't scuffing up PPs and looking at replays, but all of that. Got the single in race number 2, Sergeant Pepper. Oh, baby, it's time.
It's time.
It's time today for
Now or
Sergeant
never.
Pepper. I'm excited about it. In race number 3, the 5 on top, what a knockout. Race number 4, the 2 on top, My Royal Vow. And in race number 5, the 4 on top. Big scratch of Kuramada in that race. I was trying to beat him. He's out, unfortunately. All value comes out of that race, unfortunately. But you can see there a 4x3x3. Pick 3 to get out. Not that I would advocate that, but in the early pick 5, it fits nicely on a $36 ticket. Let's get to the opener, Samantha. We are 5.5 on the Tapeta. These are 12-5 maiden claimers of fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. We got the same exacta here. Super Spin over Mystic Sunrise.
This horse was against the bias last time, Super Spin was, and Mystic Sunrise was with it.
Right.
She was on the inside, and it rained. The rail was good. Even if you weren't on the rail, it was the inside mainly that was good. And we've seen that here now. Yesterday, I told you that you can't make
Couldn't
up
pass
any.
anybody.
Yep, you can't pass anybody in those late stages. So that could be a problem for Super Spin here. But in the past, she's shown speed. She just needed, I think, a little wake up call.
Yeah, on that card on the 24th there, the inside paths, not even the rail, but just a few first 2 paths were very, very good. It's upside as well, and it's a price, too. Super Spin should be a much better price than Mystic Sunrise, who's now had 13 chances, has lost all 13, and gotten underneath 7 times, and we're just starting to build that kind of reputation. It's a tough, she's even money right now, 8-5 on the morning line. It's going to be somewhere in and amongst there, and that's just a tough price to take. The early pick 4 kicks off in race 2. We'll stretch them out to 1.5 miles in this maiden special weight race for 4-year-olds and up. 2 long shot scratches of the 3 Broadcaster in the 7 Black Shaman, and as I mentioned, that kicks off the early pick 4 today. Samantha has that ticket now, and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, this is really Sergeant Pepper's race to lose here, so I'm just going to go right off the rip with him. Race number 3, I did have my long shot in here. The 6 Mystic Dreams was 20 on the line, but now with the 2 scratches, I think I've lost some of that. Race 4, the Pep Rally looks maybe loose in this spot, and in race number 5, the 2 Legacy Isle I've got on top for Rohan Crichton.
Coming back.
Yeah, I am. $6 play.
Legacy Isle ran sneaky okay in that Tropical Park Derby in a race where he really had no chance. I walked in with Rohan today. He was the first guy I saw, so that's popped before in the past, too. A little angle there. All right, here we go. Could be the day where Sergeant Pepper finally breaks through. We beat him up a little bit. To be fair, though, he has run pretty well in his last 2 starts since they got him going long on the turf. Tapeta last time behind a good one for Sakatoga and Barkley Tag. Tis Eternal. Boy, I'm not going to tell you he's got to win today, but he's got to win today.
No, and we'll show the replay, too, because, I think this horse, he's been a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
He wasn't anything that I think the expectations were very high for him, and he couldn't get it done here.
Yeah, they paid 1.6 for him, by the way.
Yeah. Credit to Irad. He really had to work hard
Yeah.
on him this race here, and that was a long layoff he was coming back from.
And we're not going to show the whole thing, but credit to Sergeant Pepper, too. He gets beaten a half length here by the horse in front with the white blinkers. So this was a pretty good effort off the long layoff in a race where, when we picked up that video he was about 10-1 in that race.
Right, exactly.
He can't win from there. To his credit, he ran on. He was beaten just a half length. He gets back to the turf today. And, he would have been in a good spot regardless. He's found a group today now he's supposed to handle.
Yeah, definitely, because who else is going to...
Exactly.
Yeah, who can beat him here?
Exactly. Stablemates down inside, War Officer with his brother, Jose Ortiz. Blinkers go on today. We have not talked about the pace of this race. I wonder if Jose takes the initiative now with the blinkers going on.
Yeah.
And because this horse was chasing 47 and 2 last time.
Yeah, and that was going a mile,
right.
A mile and 3/16. So I think that this would be the horse to go and let's set things up.
Yeah, I agree. Homestead is a Joe Allen homebred with some pedigree, who's now going to A, stretch out, B, make the second start of his career for Jimmy Toner. I expect him to wake up in a big way today. I've got him in second, but this is a time now for Sgt. Pepper. Do you have a favorite Sgt. Pepper song?
No, I do not.
Are you aware it's a Beatles album?
Yes.
Okay, I got that.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you that.
In the Lonely Hearts Club.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
All right, I'm impressed. Super Bowl pick? We're going to do a video for that?
Oh, no.
No, Fighting Taylor Swifts on Sunday?
Both teams have fun.
There we go. Well, it's just both teams have fun. I heard there's a shirt like that.
Race
number 3, we're going a mile and a 16th on the Tapeta. These are $8,000 3Ls, fillies and mares. You heard Samantha earlier, a couple scratches in here. Of the 3, it's a birdie. The 4, Bullet Valentina. I'll tell you what, this is your long shot, I assume.
Yeah.
Mystic Dreams was 57-1 last time. This might hold at 20-1 today. I don't know.
Yeah, it might. They probably won't know what to do because it's Doug Nunn. This is a trainer. He doesn't have a very big string of horses. He runs a lot at Monmouth, but still doesn't win a ton of races. But what he brings over here, they're quality horses. Mystic Dreams, I don't really have anything clever to add other than the fact that this horse is trying the Tapeta for the first time. That's something that she hasn't done. And I feel like she's facing a group, at least from her 2-turn efforts, would play with this field. And who are you going to play? And this is a field, I guess, that's hard to trust.
This is a field that is going to, all these horses are going to run exactly the same figure that they've run every time. Yep. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. They're going to trade places, winning and losing. There's no upside here. You always say it, and I've kind of turned on to it a little bit, that you try a new surface for the first time can be your best race. Yeah. Let's just show you a ring thing Andy won in Mikasa. This was January 11th, okay? Here's a ring thing, kind of sort of taking all the worst of it down on the inside. She holds okay to be third. Andy 1 is in a good spot here. Mikasa is there as well. I just kind of felt like if Andy 1 didn't win this one here, why is she going to win? I will say this for her. She was down on the inside the entire way last time, and she's had 2 inside trips. Stop putting her down there.
Yeah, because, and especially as of late, too, with her running style, she leaves herself with a lot to do, and it kind of just gets her in to some trouble. You see it there in a race where you have a very small margin for error. Yeah,
she literally didn't get off the fence for a mile and 70 yards last time. Yeah. She was touching it the entire time. Yeah. You don't want to be down there. No. Simple as that. I'm not picking Samantha's horse, but I'm doing the same she's doing. Yes. I don't want any of these horses, so I come to the 5. What a knockout, who hasn't been on Tapeta a bit. There's 2 arguments here. The argument 1 is she's off form. The argument 2 is she's not a dirt horse. She's now back on Tapeta. Those races, my goodness, they would play quite nicely here.
Yeah, you look at who she was facing last year, and they were tough customers, and now you have Jose Ortiz. Yeah. That's a strong asset to have. Sammy Camacho was running this horse at Tampa. He's leading rider there. So something about this horse they like. The lack of speed is concerning.
It is concerning, no doubt. I mean, Dwight Puckett, who's 4 for 23 on the year, does a good job. The fact that he reaches for a big-name rider like that says to me, maybe look twice here now. There could be some intent. We're ready to roll today. 3 down, 6 to go. When we come back, Ron Nicoletti on Rainbow Six Dude. I heard you say it yesterday, and I certainly echo those sentiments. Great to have Ronnie back. Great to have Ronnie back on the Rainbow Six. It's $250,000 back after a short break.
And they're off.
with new DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. A beautiful day here on Thursday. Hope to see you out here as we build towards a big weekend. 12 on Saturday, 10 on Super Bowl Sunday. Get you out of here well in time for the game. And just hope weather is supposed to be absolutely picture perfect this weekend.
Yeah.
A little warmer, too.
I'm ready for that.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a little
Chilly
on the cool side. So we'll see. As we mentioned before the break, when we come back, and we are back, the Rainbow Six now here in race number 4, $250,000 in the estimated jackpot. I love what they're doing with this estimation. I think it's been pretty spot on. It's aggressive. We love that, and we love that Ron is back with a ticket. He'll be joining us tomorrow and throughout the weekend. Let's take a look at what he's got working now here, and there it is, the 43.20, and you can kind of see spreading a little bit early on, and then you can see in race number 8 his single, which I'm assuming will be his best bet. I'll tell you what, race 8 is a tremendous race on the Tapeta. I can't wait to see Pretty Liam come back. We'll show you the replay coming up in a few. He was breathtaking. Breathtaking on debut. Meets a really, really good field in there, and then you can see Ronnie spreading deep in the finale, 4 deep in there. They call that the 43.20 is the playbook, and we'll see, again, a big pool here. Rainbow Six time, $250,000 jackpot is what we're estimating. Let's get into it now. $170 on the Tapeta in this 12-5 maiden claimer. It's a clean field of 7. We just got the old exacta reverse. You're down on the inside. Pep Rally, did you say you think he's getting loose in here?
I'm hoping so. Yeah, that's hopefully the plan here. The fractions last time, they weren't extremely quick,
Right.
but for this level here, Kelly Breen, you get the rail, you get Paco. This just seems like you're going to have to go.
Great Princess, came back on the turf and won like a
Yeah,
good thing,
she
right?
did.
Couldn't see it out the next time, but she ran very, very well in that spot. My Royal Vow taking over, Dave Fox taking over. What a good meet Dave has had.
Oh, yeah.
Won again yesterday.
Yeah,
The big
Reef
upset,
runner,
right? You
yeah.
had right idea, wrong horse for you
Yeah,
yesterday, trying to beat
Valiant
Force.
Yeah.
Thank you, coming out of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint. So here's Dave taking over now. We're going to stretch out to 2 turns. Clearly the best race ever for this daughter of Broken Vow was routing on the turf. So let's hope the Tapeta, she takes to it.
Yeah, she's got to. That wasn't a strong field at Aqueduct, so but this isn't the strongest field here, so give her credit for that.
12-5 at Aqueduct, and then 40 State Breds at Aqueduct, and now she's in for 12-5 here. Late pick 5 kicks off in race number 5. We are on the turf going a mile here in this optional claimer. 4-year-olds and up. We'll get into this race in a second, but we'll take a look at Samantha's late 5 ticket.
I think this is, like you kind of alluded to, this is a good sequence. Yeah. Early on, I'm spreading. You see race 6 and 7. I don't have the strongest opinions. Race 6, I do have Kingpin on top. Race 7, I've got the 7 on top, Greek Mojo. Pretty Liam, I didn't originally have this horse singled. My top pick scratched, so I had to rework this. And then in race number 9, the 5 I've got on top. That's my best bet. Tatanka will be a short price, but I just feel like he's got to win today. $24.
Tatanka was good last time,
Very
stretching
good.
them all out. He's going to try to do it again. Okay, big scratch here now in race number 5. A horse I was dead set against. The 6 Kuramata is out. The 3 Running with Scissors is out too. All Value is out, unfortunately, as well. Especially did you come to Kuramata, or were you looking to beat him?
I did. I thought things would set up for Kuramata.
Well, they probably would have.
Yeah.
Legacy Isle. Now, unfortunately for you, going to lose a lot of that 15-1 morning line, but the good part for you is the other speed horse right to his outside, Running with Scissors, out.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Legacy Isle ran so well first time on the grass in the Tropical Park Derby. That was an ambitious spot to put him in. I was excited for quite a while because this horse looked really, really good up until the very end. And it's not like he just threw in the towel. That was his first time on the grass, first time in a long time going 2 turns again. He was just very impressive. The rails are out at 80. They're not at the, pardon me, they're not, they're in the inner setting for this race here. But still, I think this horse can get a similar setup, and this looks solid here.
Problem with Legacy Isle, his Stat is still in here. He's the one. He's faster
fast,
if they want to be. Let's take a look at the replay. Boy, did Stat run good last time. Sky's Not Falling is going to win this race. And, of course, Running with Scissors is out. But thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. Stat is on the inside. He's getting nagged by Sky's Not Falling, who ends up winning this race. They went fast this day, Samantha. Yep. They went 46 and change in this spot here. This was a big-time effort. I'll tell you what. You know who's going to run third in this race is a Tone. A Tone at a ginormous number ran really well, shockingly to me, in the Pegasus World Cup
I agree.
turf.
Yep.
I think he was fourth in that race.
Yeah, he did run really big, and that was a race that I think he ran out of ground there. Speaking of a Tone,
right.
But as far as Stat goes, this is his trip. This is a good spot for him today.
Now, Stat is not hell-bent on the lead. If Legacy Isle is, he can sit off. It'll be interesting to see what the jocks do here, Edgard and Junior Alvarado, to see who wants to go, because I think if somebody can secure position and get loose in here, that is dangerous. What do you do and make of Ramsey's Solution, who we haven't seen in ages? And by ages, I mean well over a year.
Yeah, it's been a long
right?
time between drinks. This could be a race that he needs. Savvy Joseph is very good off of these layoffs, though. With Ken Ramsey, you see those silks. You don't want to bet against them right now. They're doing quite well. I just felt like, we'll talk about your 4 Shahar. What trainer I want to have a horse ready off a layoff, and I just felt like Ramsey's Solution if I was going to pick between the two, which is what I did on my late pick 5.
Yeah, he was in for, I feel like he was in for 50 a couple weeks ago, and they scratched out. Now he's not in for a tag.
Which is a good sign.
I'm on Shahar. I do think the flow of this race is still very positive for Shahar. The worry is it too sharp and short for him?
It could be, and maybe this is just a good stepping point. He was the last horse I tossed on my late pick 5, so I think probably naturally he'll beat me there.
Yeah, right. Jorge Delgado taking over for Todd Pletcher, Lee Farms as well, so we'll see what we get today on the cutback. Maybe he gets a little more speed to run into. Late pick 4 kicks off in race number 6. 6 furlongs on a fast main track. We'll take a quick look at my ticket. It's just a $10 play, and you can see 2 singles in 2 spreads. There was a scratch in the last race, so I added a horse in. It wasn't my top pick, but you can see single spread for just $10. And, that's the type of ticket. Maybe you can pop a few times here. This is my best bet in race number 6 to Apocalypso. That's why I have that horse singled. So let's get into the meat of this race. The 7, the last fact, the long shot, is out here. These are 4-year-olds and up. We'll go 6 on a fast main track. You are on the inside with Kingpin for Brittany Russell. This horse has not been on the main track, a muddy track at Delaware in June, but it's been a long time since that he's run on dry land.
That's what I was hoping for now today, is get dry land, see what he's got in a fair effort, because some horses just really don't like the mud at all, especially turf horses sometimes. So I think that there's going to be some intent here. You look at the Presque Isle races, that's of course a way different surface. It's their all-weather surface, but he showed speed, and you've got Tyler. He had a riding double yesterday, so he might be aggressive here.
Yeah, he's going to have to figure something out from down in there. It's a tricky little spot. The 3 Tuscanitos probably going to be loose, or definitely going to be on the lead. I'm on Apocalypso in here. As I mentioned, this is my best bet of the day. You can just see it in his form when he's with his friends and he's behaving. Yeah. He's tough to beat.
He is, yeah. I mean, he had some issues kind of the last, when they got him back going again. He won like a good thing. Right. Then he made a left-hand turn from the rail. Then he just decided to stand in the gate. They dropped him for 62.50 and said, hey, take him. And they've done a good job with him. The last race, it was just way too tough for him. Way too tough.
No, he's not playing with those kind of horses. No. Classify and bring the band home. He's with his friends today. I expect a big wake-up effort from him. Yeah. How can you not root for Joe DiBaggio? What a cool old dude. 58 starts, 12 wins, 8-year-old gelded son of brethren. I love him. I thought it was awesome to see Gary Jackson have him on the reclaim and win last time. Yeah. I can't possibly, Samantha, see him doubling up on that.
He hasn't done that, and
well said.
Yeah, so that's going to be a problem for him. But
off the claim too today.
Yeah, but he'll he runs a good effort every time.
Always does, to be sure. Race number 7, 5 on the Tapeta here. These are fillies and mares 4 and up, which have never won 3. The tag is 16, and let's check this out. A clean race of 7, and you are on the 7, and that is all the way to the outside with Avatar Hero. We're going to show you why. We're going to show you this replay.
Yeah.
I was a big fade on this horse today.
I understand why. To me, this horse kind of, again, seems to be a theme with a lot of these. She leaves herself with a lot to do. See no action, just not really. And I mean, she's fine there on the rail, but still, when you've got horses like that kind of up around you, you can get a bit intimidated. Avatar Hero was a big number last time, but that was the first time, or the second time on the Tapeta in a claiming tag, just a straight $20,000. And I thought that this is a horse that could cycle forward.
It's possible. She was running with the second place horse there, and she couldn't do any better. And the winner chasing after you just fried everybody with her. Thought she was very flow-aided. I still thought it was a flat effort. Guadalupe Preciado's having a struggle a little here at the championship meet as well. So I was fading this horse. You can see I don't have her anywhere in my mix. I'm stabbing, admittedly, with my long shot today. It's Nora now, 8-1 on the morning line. Drops a little bit. I didn't think that comeback was that bad last time.
No, and here's the thing. Peach Cobbler won yesterday
good call.
in a big way. We'll see Traves Saturday?
Saturday.
I think Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah. So you pay attention to this race.
Yeah.
We'll see if it kind of holds up, because there are a lot on Saturday who are exiting the same exact race.
Yeah, it's a good point. And Peach Cobbler was good yesterday, at winning at a pretty square price, I believe, as well. You know, we don't know a lot about this barn. Dave Hussey is, just 0 for 1 on the year. But I thought, all things considered, I didn't think this was a bad comeback last time. Maybe we build off of it. And quite honestly, the number out of that race is not even that far behind anyone in here anyway. So maybe at a square price, take a little shot there with my long shot. Can't wait for the 8th today. Boy, what a good race this is. 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. It's an optional claimer for the 3-year-old fillies. Apparently, you were on the 8. I'm about to go.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so she's out.
Yep.
The 13, the AE, is not going to play. Going to bring us with a field of 11. We're going to have a massive favorite in Pretty Liam, who Samantha scratches into. I always did have on top, and you can see I had singled. Let's show you why. Samantha, this was an awesome debut for this daughter of Liam's Map, a homebred here for Vinny Viola.
Oh, what a huge effort here. This horse was just amazing, and that was her first start. You don't win like this first time out, especially on the Tapeta, because she just flew home. It was an extremely fast race for the level that day, and she was amazing. And now, what do you do off of this race? I can't imagine it took a whole lot out of her. She's got great breeding. Yeah. And he's bringing her right back on the Tapeta.
The runner-up and the 4th place finisher, Bean Pot, is, I think, 7 or 8-5 on the morning line Saturday.
Yeah.
There are a lot of those are in that race on Saturday. This was a dominant debut win. I mean, the sky's the limit here. A homebred is pretty cool as well. You got Irad. It's Todd Pletcher. They're all looking up at her. If she runs back to it, just forget about it. Yeah. Bubbly Champagne's going to put blinkers and Lasix on. Jose D'Angelo's throwing some stuff at her today. She's run well. My goodness, she's been odds on in 3 starts and only won 1 of them. But she's got some, she's got races in her that would, if she moves, she's got to move forward, though.
She does, yeah, and she's hard to trust. I wonder what her ideal distance is. It seems like probably her best effort was the 2-turn race, so I kind of wonder, what direction they're going to head with her. But she likes to fill out things underneath.
Well, I think that's well said and dangerous when you're talking about that, because she does have that kind of MO to her, and when you fail twice at odds on and you're not in against a horse like Pretty Liam. Sam Pantaleo is a dangerous horse to me, cutting back now. I actually played her in the Ginger Brew. She just couldn't see it out. She got nagged on the lead. Her turf sprint win at Aqueduct was darn good.
It was really good against a good group, too. I wonder, is she just going to run out of real estate?
Yeah, it's possible. The wide draw is not going to help her. Everybody that wanted to be involved early gets help by your horse coming out, because she was, I'm about to go, was going to go in this spot. There's no doubt about it. So the pace, I don't know if it becomes more muddled. It just probably won't be as supersonic as it quite was. Iced Coffee, who won on debut for Christophe Clement and Mike Dubb, is going to go in here, adding Lasix as well. She's very dangerous here. here.
She is.
In a potential speed pop if nobody goes with her. But, boy, Pretty Liam, it's exciting to see her back. And, of course, Samantha will get a look at him behind us here a little bit later on. Wrap it up on the turf in race number 9. We'll go a mile and a 16th. It's a starter optional claimer here for the 4-year-olds and up. We do have a scratch of the 4 Space Launch, and that's a big scratch because Space Launch, we'll show you the replay. Space Launch ran out of room last time behind Tatanka, who's literally going to try to do the same thing. And don't think they handed it to him last time. My goodness, was he good.
He was very good. And
look at the splits here.
Yeah, this was hellacious fractions. You see Smithwick Spice, he's the 7. He's back in here as well for trainer Doug Nunn, bringing 2 over today. Tatanka was absolutely game this day. He did not want to let anybody go by, and he didn't. The rails are at 80 feet for this race here, so all of these horses that make the back runs, they're going to have a problem today.
Yeah, we talked about Alley-oop Johnny last week. We threw the H word at him. Maybe he had a little hang job in him, but you said it too. Tatanka, I think they could have ran around a couple more times. Tatanka was tenacious in that spot.
Yes.
And Tatanka is as loose as Jose Ortiz wants him to be today. I just wondered, he ran so hard. Does he back it up? I don't know, but Sonic Speed, I'm just going to come back to him. He was really good last time. I thought 2 back, he had a trip where he middle moved and he paid the price for it. Tom Morley does a good job. He's left this horse here. Yeah. He's going to sit a good trip off of Tatanka.
Yeah, and it could just set up perfectly for him.
Yeah, the question is, does Tatanka get loose or does anybody maybe pressure him? Smithwick's Spice was in that race as well, and he'll run on, and he's not behind these either.
No, he's not. And he had a bit of a wide trip that day, too. The rails were at 17 feet that day, so I don't think it made a huge difference. Right. But that was his first time on the Gulfstream Park turf course.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and this is a classy dude. I think he can improve off of that. Can he win? My heart wants them to, but it's going to be a tough ask here. But I wouldn't count him out.
No, and you made a good point. I mean, he came over from Tampa, and this is a big wake-up. This is the big leagues over here, and he ran very, very well. So, Doug Nunn's got a live chance in here. The rail's at 80 feet here, too. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, you're on the speed when that's the case. Yeah,
you've got to be. They were at that setting yesterday, and that's why I was completely against Valiant Force. And look how it played out. I was on.
Well, he's a ton of the best stuff.
Well, he was. That's the thing. But that's on days like when they're at 80 feet.
Right.
You can play against horses like that because you kind of get a better setup. It's just hard to leave them too much. You leave them with too much to do, and you just don't get a good setup. Sprints, it could be a little bit different because you're going so fast anyway. But these 2 turns, you want to have some sort of initiative.
Yeah, the margin for error when they're out at 80 feet is a very, very slim one. You're talking about a short price. He was 3-5 yesterday. So, as I said, right idea, just wrong horse. The upset there with Paco.
Runner,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's the 9 of them for you. We'll take a quick look at the lightning round before we send it up to Pete here. And we'll be leading with
Beat the Expert.
Beat the Expert. And after there was we had boardroom meetings and discussions, a big conference call. And
they said you were so good.
Crunching numbers and stuff. I said, you know what? I'm going to beat the Expert again, darn it. So
he's back.
Saturday. And as I texted you yesterday, that outfit was in the holster. So now it's out of the rotation.
You got to pick a different outfit. But
man alive. But all right, I'm going to beat the Expert Saturday. And then I think we got Ronnie, and I think it's back to you, which might be Fountain of Youth Day. But that's Saturday. You'll be busy Saturday morning.
Yeah, breakfast at Gulfstream. It was a huge turnout last week, 7:30 to 9:30. Get a chance to look at what's going on the backside, tram tours, watch horses train, and a good breakfast, too.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
You've been out there and kind of telling everybody just what exactly goes on at the racetrack behind the scenes and before the races. I mean, it's a whole different kettle of fish there.
It is. It's a lot of fun. Good breakfast.
Good breakfast. That's always good. Have a breakfast.
Most important meal of the day.
Get a little bass in you for Saturday afternoon and night at the races and beyond. Your best bet today?
Tatanka in the finale.
All right. I think I'm in race 6 today. Tatanka in the finale. I am, where am I going? Yeah, Apocalypso in race 6. 66 for me. And your long shot?
It is Mystic Dreams.
Okay.
I don't know.
Big number.
Yeah, big number, but we'll see how that holds together with the scratches.
Big number,
Big
I
number.
think. I'm I love when I have the best bet long shot double, and that's
Yeah.
what I got today. I don't do it that way a lot. I don't do it purposely, but it happens a lot. So I'm 72. It's Nora now, 8 on the morning line, class dropper in a race that we talked about. Certainly there for the taking.
Yeah.
So that's the 9 of them. That's the lightning round, and that's it. Pete Aiello is upstairs. He'll run you through the scratches and the changes. We are happy to have you aboard on the 9-race card, and don't forget, $250,000 is potentially up for grabs in the Rainbow Six. We are happy to have you aboard.